Yo, what up, everybody? You already know Psyche Loco with another episode of CannaConvos with Rue. Goofy's growing, baby. What's up, pimp? How you been, man?
I've been good. Yeah, man. I did your show a long time ago, CannaConvos, and it was like one of the. I think you might have been the second or first ones.
Yeah, I was one of the first.
Yeah, I did. I can't remember if I did you or now. I think I did Natty first, and I did you like a week later or something. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I did y'all back to back, so y'all two are special to me. Like I said, yeah, y'all are the first ones that kind of like said, "Hey, who is this Rue's Goofy growing, man?" Saw what everybody else sees now. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. I saw the energy, and I was like, "This guy right here, he's got it, man. He's got the touch. I want to interview him," because that was when I was barely starting out too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know, it was like shit, man. We were fucking brand new to the game, and we had this good energy. So I was like, I'm gonna get him on, man. And I am very glad I did, because look at you now, brother.
No, it was awesome, dude. Yeah, you got me, and then you got L out of his shell. Like I said, I was trying to get him to like show his face. I've been, encouraging him. Like me and him been following each other for a while. And so he wouldn't show his face. And I remember him saying like, "Oh, I'm doing CannaConvos." I was like, "Hell yeah, bro. Get out there and do it, man." So you helped him, I know he did a little shout out to you, a video the other day saying, shout out to Sly for, getting him the courage to go out there and do it. And I think, that was a good step for him. And dude, you're interviewing everybody. I see Mr. Grow It, dude. Yeah, you blowing up too, bro. You got things going on.
I try a little bit. I do what I do.
That's all we do.
Try, man. I'm so fucking happy to see you guys just blossom into like these fucking badass podcasters, man. You guys are taking it to the next level. You guys are just killing it out there. You've had a lot of good people on. You yourself, you're taking trips out of town. We'll get into that here in a minute, but like, damn, brother, I really congratulate you on that one. You are doing great.
Thank you. Yeah. We're trying to just try to evolve like everybody else. See what it's about. What I'm saying. Everybody has their own little path. So you can't mimic the guy right next to you. You can take ideas, you take this, and you got to make it your own. You got to put your own flair on it, and just as I tell people, just get out there and be you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just talk the way you want to talk. Don't try to use the lingo somebody else wants to. Just be yourself, and I guarantee you'll get more eyes on you because you'll be unique. If you're trying to be like the guy next to you, then you're just another duplicate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And one thing that I like to say is genuine. You got to be genuine, because people can see that. If you're genuine and that you're just who you are, people love it. And it's real. And that's what we want to see nowadays. There is that room for the other thing. But anyways, let's get into the question.
You can do all the editing and all this and get the pops, and you might get the the little people coming in to see you. But what are they seeing? Are they seeing you or something, that you just want them to see? You know what I'm saying?
The production.
So the production, exactly. So that's why that's what kind of like I think people kind of gravitated to me a little bit. I don't know this for sure. I've actually had a couple people tell me, but it's just me. Like, there's no editing, there's no nothing with me. I get on camera, I talk to you, and then from that I flip it over and show you my plants. There's no cut scene or this or that, which if that's your thing and you're good at editing, those are badass. You know what I'm saying? People with badass editing skills have it, but I don't have those, so I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Is just get up there and be goofy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? At time.
Yeah.
It's
just being you, man.
Yeah, and then that's when I really started to take off my more of my stuff of what up, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That started just accumulating. Like I said, if you go back and watch my first videos, I didn't do all that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of just evolved on me opening up more and being myself of what up, you know what I'm saying? Come check this out. And then at the end, I was just stoned one day. I'm like, smoke weed, baby. You know what I'm saying? I love you. And so there, that just stuck at the end. And then everybody's like, well, that's your catchphrase now. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't even like the plan. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's like, you're the smoke weed, baby, dude. And I'm like, I guess, hey, I'll have it, man. Because I love being, I love it. I love telling people smoke
I know.
weed.
I was looking back at your post because that's how I get most of the questions. Is I'll look back in your post, and then I heard you say that smoke weed every day or smoke weed, and I'm like, yeah. And you can't help but be like, yeah.
I think that's what it got at the end of one of my first videos. I was like, no, and remember, smoke weed, baby, and everybody's like, yeah, smoke weed.
Fuck
so, yeah.
So for those who don't know, Rue and I have been following each other for a very long time on Instagram, and we've been we started from the bottom, man. Shit, we started just like everybody else. So if you ever want to get into this, or you want to start getting into the educational cannabis podcasting, or just making content, period, you can do it, man. If you have a good personality, get in there and go do it. Now for Rue though, for everybody who's new, because I got a bunch of new followers, and this is a new platform and everything. I always want to start out with your name. How did you come up with your name?
Rue's Goofy Growing. Rue is just a nickname my mom gave to me a long time ago. I think it was just basically I was
just a kangaroo.
Like a little hyper kid, and like on Winnie the Pooh, the mama Kanga has a little baby Rue, and she's always chasing him. Saying. So I think that's where that kind of developed. That I was just always, little baby Rue. I was Rue. Nice. So yeah, I think I can, like in Australia, maybe I think they maybe refer to babies as Roos or something, possibly.
I think they do, baby kangaroo, or I don't even know.
I think it might even. I could be misquoting, but I think it's kind of like a slang. Like you just call it a baby in general, or some people, maybe it depends on where you come from in Australia. It is a pretty big place, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it is a big big continent.
Like the same, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like a term for meaning baby or something. Nice. So yeah, I just started doing this. I don't even know if people even know this. I think I might even I don't know if I've told you. Like I started off as actually Rue's Ghetto Growing.
Really?
And, it was gonna be because I was just piecing my stuff together. I didn't have money to go get the AC Infinity all-in-one tent or even Mars Hydro, whatever. I didn't have a tent at the time. I had a little light I got off Amazon.
Is that a Vivo Sun or something, or what'd you have?
What was it? Mars Hydro. It's a little Mars Hydro.
Okay, yeah, that's what I started out with too.
I think I spent like $60-$70 on it. Wasn't bad. Okay. I mean, for the price and what it did for me, it got me here. You know what I'm saying? Basically, got this ball rolling. It was well worth the investment. I mean, yeah. Do you want to run constantly with that little light? No.
No, but it's perfect. It's perfect to get your foot in the door, though. To get started with, I feel like that Mars Hydro or one of these 1,000-watt lights, everybody, is perfect for just one plant, one little tent, just to get to get you hooked. Actually, just to get you hooked,
you, man. To see if you're ready to do all this. You know what I'm saying?
Before because it does it progresses very quickly, man. Damn it, you get that one light, and next thing you know, boom, you got 4 tents. Fucking 37 plants going. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like I accumulate it to like this, dude. It's like 1 week you're taking bumps, the next, it accumulates really quick. It does. I'm not joking. Like it really, you start growing it, you'll find out if it's for you because you do get addicted to it real quick. And that's what I'm saying. It's nowadays, like I said, me and you have a similar background of not just the way we came up, but our past. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm saying like this whole thing, man, like I said, you'll see if this is for you. You know what I'm saying? Like just get your foot in the door for growing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One thing I know about addicts is, as you should know, everybody out there should know that I fucking came recovery. Rue probably has, Rue has. But one thing you do is you have an addictive personality. I know that. And so I would way rather be addicted to growing weed than anything else. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, this is medicine that's going to help people. And so, like, this is way better thing to be addicted to than anything.
Yes, sir. 100%.
Well, not anything, but most things. We'll put it like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, for stuff out there. I mean, even the people that work out will get crazy. You know what I'm saying? Too crazy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There are good things that you can get addicted to that can get out of hand no matter what. Yeah. I mean, you can start buying seeds galore and have equipment you don't need and blah, blah, blah. Which you'll probably start doing. You'll start buying seeds every time you see this strain, and then you'll start putting them in your little box, and you're like, I got
now you got a seed bank for yourself.
Yeah. You can start a business, man.
I have that exact same problem, brother. I got so many damn seeds, and now I got to start moving people up, because like Mr. Grow sent some over, so now I gotta grow Mr. Grows, and then Chad Westport's gonna send some, so now I gotta grow Chads, and like, oh man, it's crazy.
In front of that, you gotta get kicked to the side. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta do it, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to.
So, music for your plants. I was looking back at your post, and you were asking about the music for your plants, right? I used to do it a lot. I used to just play music all the time. Every time I was in there, I would play music, but I haven't been lately. It's been I
fell off on that too lately, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Dude,
and I feel that my plants are feeling it. Like,
no, for sure. For sure. Like I said, I kind of shut down my tent for a while. I only had a couple little plants. I kind of, so I settled my grow down a little bit. So yeah, I was just kind of like, on it. So I kind of like at that point, I only had like 1 or 2 plants in there. And if it's just 1 or 2, they deserve the same care as if you have a whole garden. But so once again, I only had a couple plants. I'm like, whatever, start cutting corners here and there. So yeah, I didn't hook up I had like just basically a little phone I throw in there, a little extra phone that was like cracked or whatever. So it still pick up Spotify or whatever I was using.
Okay.
And so I just play music in there, but yeah, I haven't been doing that lately. And I mean, my plants are still thriving, but it's just something that you feel too.
Yeah,
it's just the way the feeling, man. It's just I walk in there sometimes now without the music or nothing, and it's just like you walk into like a room,
a chore almost, like it's a chore.
Well, not like a chore, but like just somebody sitting there, and it's just like they got like nothing to do or whatever, and it's like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm saying
the vibe is off too.
You know what I'm saying?
They're bored.
So yeah, to me I get that kind of like vibe. But like I said, when my lights and stuff come on, I open my doors, I open my tent, because my bedroom is a closet I converted, a little walk-in closet.
Okay.
So I open everything up, dude. I'm not, I'm like closer to like, what's the name? Welcome to the Grow Tent, where he, like, I don't know if he gets like the humidity thing and smashes the, it has like 2 videos I think he does. And he talks about, dude, if you walk in there and if you're comfortable, your plants are going to be comfortable. And that is what I go by. I don't really try to look at the temperature. I turn on my little controller or whatever to see it. It's already preset to, come on at certain things. So yeah, that happens. But yeah, if I walk in there, you can just feel it. Cause even some of these things that are like technically getting the readings, if it's raining outside, the humidity hasn't like creeped in here yet, but you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Me as a human being, a living thing, and these are living things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I go in there, I'll manually just crank the fan up higher. And if I feel like the humidity's in there, I'll just get more oscillating fans and move them around.
For those who don't know, sometimes, most of the time, the plants, the bigger they get, the more humidity they'll give off too. And so you got to account for that humidity and your environment out there and the outside environment too. Now, what happens, like, if your humidity is too high, you could get mold, and there's a big chance of mold. So you want to having dehumidifiers in, but still be able to have a good amount of humidity in there for the plants at the same time. So it's a delicate balance, everybody. It's a delicate balance. And the best thing that Rue is saying here is you always want to go inside of your grow room, your place, so that you can judge for yourself and be like, oh shit, I need to turn on the dehumidifier, or I'm not getting enough humidity. This says this, but you're just fucking real humid outside. But yeah, anyways. So what were you saying?
That's what I was gonna say. Like I said, I don't adjust all that stuff. Like I said, I go off feeling. So yeah, I don't use a humidifier or a dehumidifier really.
Okay.
I had them around here, and I was tripping over them. That this is me where I live. I'm not telling you to take your shit out. Sorry, I don't mean to cuss, but yeah.
Oh man, don't worry about it.
That's a personal preference.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not telling you to take your stuff out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta go on with you. So with me having I have an AC unit I run in this room, like this, where I'm at right now is the master bedroom right now. Okay. So yeah, I use a walk-in closet that, luckily my wife let me take over, you know what I'm saying? I got it right here.
Lucky you.
And my bed, you know what I'm saying? My bed is 5 feet right there that we sleep on, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, I got an AC unit. I keep it, I got it turned off. So it is 63 degrees and 61 humidity in this room I'm in right now. That's why I'm wearing a sweater.
Beautiful.
That's why you see me on here all the time. Even if people like see the temperature and they know I'm in Texas, they're like, "This dude's wearing a sweater." I'm like, I keep it cold in here.
Cold inside, shit, huh? Because it's so hot outside. Damn.
So, so I was saying, like, my humidity is like pretty good around here. With this AC unit, it produces humidity in itself. So with that running, like I said, the room in here was at 62%. By the time it creeps through here, I'm about like 55, 57 or so. And same with the closet. You know what I'm saying? By the time it gets from the AC units around the corner a little bit and creeps through. So you have
is that like your optimal humidity, 55, 56 or 57?
Yeah, like I said, I don't try to adjust it too much. That's where I came about this, is I was tripping over that equipment and it really wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I have them on their settings and they just barely pop on and off here. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they're just plugged in. I'm getting over them. And that's why I was like, that's why I started having my little humidity things. Like if you start growing, dude, grab a few of these or even the little black ones and just pop them in certain areas of your house or where around your area so you can kind of just see what it is. So that's what I kind of noticed. I was like, dude, without this stuff running, when my AC producing a little bit of humidity, I'm good. Without the AC running, it will drop to like 30 or so, 40s or so. It depends, of course, what's going on outside, but it can drop if I don't keep this AC running. Like I said, so the AC unit itself is a dual thing. It really does. It produces a little bit of humidity for me and cools down the room.
Nice. Fucking double. Sounds like it's saving you on power too, because you're using less electricity, and you really don't need to
plugging two things in.
Yeah, and all that shit, man. Damn, that's cool. So I was looking back in your thing, and then you had the Gorilla Z, right? That's what you were growing. That looks fire, bro. It's fucking fire. Congratulations. Is that an auto flower or is that a photo period?
That's auto flower.
That's auto. Okay. And then you had it did you have it in a DWC bucket?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And then I was looking back in there and you have DWC and soil?
Yep.
Okay, so you're doing them both. That's fucking sick, bro.
Right now, I don't have any soil running, but I try to run both. Like I said,
do you ever have to deal with gnats and shit like that? Like,
yeah, dude. The DWC, there's pros and cons to both. And I'm not trying to scare nobody away like I was on To Be Blunted.
Hey, this is for educational purposes, so we're just trying to get as much information out there as possible, right?
So I was telling him, he was talking about doing the DWC. With the DWC, Bleezy from To Be Blunted.
Oh, okay.
So I was telling him because he was like, oh, I was thinking about doing it. So you get a rapid results, you get this. I keep soil in there because you'll get better flavor off soil.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying people hear this and they're like, oh, the hydroponics is bad. I guarantee you smoked hydro, you didn't know the difference. You smoked it numerous times. It will take you a side-by-side comparison, and then you'll see. And all I can say is, like, with that, in soil, it has like a more of a pop or whatever. The DWC is more mellow and kind of like a one flavor blended together, and kind of with like the soil, I can taste more like if it has like a fruity flavor. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, you know what I'm saying?
So there's a little bit more terps.
Yes, yeah. There you go.
Okay,
there you go.
So a little bit more terps in soil versus DWC.
Yeah. But yeah, DWC, you'll crush it.
Also, for those who don't know, DWC stands for deep water culture, and that's when you basically it's hydroponics. Basically,
I always say hydro buckets.
Yeah. And that's what it's named nowadays. And it's hard for people because they're like, is it DWC? Is it hydroponics? What's the difference between hydroponics and soil? There's many different things, man. It's crazy. But so which one of those do you prefer? Do you prefer DWC or
all in all, I prefer DWC.
Okay.
Even though, like I said, the soil gives me better flavor. At the end of the day, if somebody said you can only grow one way, it'd be DWC. Like
okay, why is that?
It's not that big of a difference at the end. I'd rather get twice as much bud at the end. Like I said, it still gets you high. It still has good flavor. I'm just saying it's like it's weird. I was saying go grow them both for yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
The soil just, it does have a little more something. And two, I'll say with like if you grow like a soil one, like sometimes like when you get down to roaches, like hydro will be a little more harsh because, like I said, the flavor is kind of like a duller, just plain weed. You know what I'm saying? Thing there, it is terpy, but once again, like I said, I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Now I'm gonna have to try this out, brother. Because you know what? Have you ever done that? Have you ever taken a cultivar or a strain and just taken the exact one and
I didn't do it right at the exact same time. I have grown the same one later, and that's how I did come across this. I did the Gorillas cookies or some. I can't remember which one it was, honestly, offhand, but I did. That's how I was like, oh man, this. I was like, I grabbed one later and I was smoking it, and I was like, oh, that was the soil one, and I could just, like I said, it was just a little bit like, okay, a little more. You know what I'm saying? The other one still tasted good. Like I said, if I gave you the hydro bud, you'd still be loving it. You'd be like, damn. That's what I'm saying. When I give people weed, it's all hydro. Mainly the soil I keep for myself. You know what I'm saying? My soil plants, they only get really like that. I'll grow them in like 3-gallon pots or something. It's not really trying to mass produce them. It's just a little variety and a little something different. I said, for the most part, my garden's going to be hydro.
Nice. Cool, man. That is a fascinating topic. One of these days we're gonna have to make a video or something of like a bunch of people doing DWCs of the same cultivar. God, because look at, like, for all those who don't know out there, there is so many variables in growing cannabis that it could be like whatever you do at your grow isn't necessarily what's going to happen with my grow, and we can have the exact same strain, do it the exact same way, but there's going to be different humidity.
I'm in Texas.
Your water's a little bit different. Whatever. Yeah, I know. I'm in Washington, so.
Or wait, so I don't know where you are. Or you're up in Seattle, right?
I'm over here on
Oregon, right?
On the east side of Washington, so not
Washington.
So we're over here. We're kind of like Texas, so we're real fucking dry, real fucking hot. It's not like over there on the west side. So but there's different variables and stuff that can happen, so you're just gonna get different tastes. I highly suggest, if you're out there and you want to give it a try, do it. It's worth trying soil and DWC and checking that out.
I'm doing I'm starting, like I said, I've been on Instagram for a long time. I started off on YouTube and I went to Instagram because it's just, you get more people talking and stuff, it seems like. But I'm actually moving back over to YouTube, and I am doing Friday nights. I'm doing lives, and it's going to be geared towards people growing James Law Genetics. I'm affiliated and Rise Nutrients. So I'm affiliate to both of them, and these are what I use. I mean, I use these in my garden. That's what you'll see, and people have been asking. So Friday nights you can come by on my YouTube channel, hang out, and we'll talk DWC, and I'll talk you through it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell people how I make my buckets. It is super, super, super simple and easy. People understand that. Like I said, you get a 5-gallon bucket, drill a hole, get a air pump, get a hose and air stone, and you're watering nutrients, and you are done. And genetics, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's really just that.
Also the clay pellets, right? And you have to have so for those who don't know, that's most of what DWC is. And the clay, you have the clay pellets. Now, when I was learning about DWC, that threw me off. For some reason, the clay pellets just like threw me off because I couldn't understand, like, how is it going to hold this big ass fucking
the first time I put it in there, I was like, man, I think this thing's just gonna die. I was like, what? I'm putting rocks. But those things, they grab moisture and they absorb moisture, so they will actually stay wet from the bubbling underneath it. They're not as dry as you think. But before you use them, rinse them off, get all the extra clay dust off of them, and they'll be moist already. And you dump them in there, and with the bubbling, they stay moist. The top of them look real dry, but trust me, it's just like soil. The top could look dry and it's still moist underneath. I was the same thing. I was like, what's good? I was just like, let's see what happens. Here we go.
So it does. So the clay pellets, they do hold the plant up.
Yep.
So you like necessarily don't need a trellis.
You do. Well, that's why I got umbrella trellises right now, because it will get heavy. It's because you got. I don't do recirculating. I just do my little, what they call like bubble buckets or whatever.
Yeah.
So I take it off and I have to transplant it and all this and move it around. So yeah, by the time I take it and move it, it kind of, after a while, it starts flopping and branches will start,
breaking off
flop down. So yeah,
I think that's why I like the umbrella trellis. Is a badass fucking
shout out to umbrella trellis,
because umbrella trellis, man, huge fucking shout out to your invention, because it holds the plant up while you're being able to move the fucking whole thing.
It's a station, it's I guess not, it's stationary for that one, the pot that it stays with, so you can move it around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not like stationary in a corner where it has to stay there or whatever. These are, I guess
with the pot, so you can move it around, because in traditional trellises, you can't move that damn plant. You're stuck right there. So if you got any DWC growing, you have to pick up that plant, swap out all your stuff, and just hold it there.
Yeah.
And and have it.
I was thinking about how to do it. I was like, should I get like, when I was thinking about scrogging and all that before I got the umbrella trellis, I wanted to do it, and I was like, well, I need blocks or something that, to hold this up, or it's going to be a 2-man job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to hold it while I flop the bucket in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that's why I went away from that. And then, yeah, I think probably like 2 weeks later, I saw him somewhere, and I was like, oh, that's what I need right there. There it is.
So for those who don't know, there is a difference between DWC and RWC. DWC stands for deep water culture, which is the bucket way that we're doing right now, right? Where you have to pick it up and you change out the bucket in the water, and then you put it back in, and your roots are good, like literally just hanging out with DWC, right? So when your roots, you pick it up and you have your plant, you're doing this change and you're doing all this work and all that, right? So there's that way. And then there's RWC, which is recirculating water culture. Yeah, recirculating water culture. So in that way, the water is getting sucked out into your reservoir. Over here, you change out your reservoir, you clean that, and it's getting sucking the nutrients back in. So there's 2 different ways of doing this. The problem is with that way, from what I've learned, because I haven't done it myself, but from what I learned is the roots will start to grow into the pipes, and it'll start to plug, right? Because the roots grow very big in DWC, right?
Yep.
Now I was looking in one of your page, back in your page, and your root systems look absolutely gorgeous, brother. God, congratulations on that. You want those roots that are white. There's no, like, you don't want too much darkening to them, because if that happens, then that's root rot.
No, I think that's because I don't do the recirculating. I think people do the recirculating. Once I said, I haven't done recirculating either. This is all I've done was just like these buckets. But what I've looked into, people have had problems. They got to break it down. I think what happens is when it's recirculating, you actually get an accumulation at the bottom that nothing happens. Because like you said, with recirculating, they just keep refilling up a reservoir. They just keep, it keeps drinking. With mine, I take my buckets out, I rinse them out, and I wipe them out. So, what I'm saying? By the time it gets done, it's only in that solution for a week at the most. Recirculating, it could be a month or 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said,
because in theory you would break down those like with recirculating. In theory, you would take them apart and clean them once every 2 weeks or something like that, right?
Yeah, I think that's in that. It looked like a fucking hassle, man.
Oh yeah,
dude, I was like, dude, hell no, I'll just do my bucket once a week. I said, that's where it's at. Except I say once a week. When you start going in the flower and it's stretching. Every strain is different, and how much they drink always, no matter what, either way you're growing. But yeah, do some of the strains you'll have to change that bucket every other day, every 3 days. I'm growing the Cajun Crippler right now. It's massive, and I was doing it every 3 days, and I think just the last time I went to every 4. I have a notebook. That's another thing. If anybody's doing these, get yourself a notebook, start writing it down when you did them, and make sure you gotta sit your water out 24 hours in advance to dechlorinate it. Unless you got some watering system or filter system, I don't. I use tap water and let it dechlorinate and put my nutrients and pH down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit more. Dechlorinating water. Now, I heard that you just had to let it sit out for like 10 minutes. to dechlorate?
I've heard at least 24 hours. I believe in that now.
24 hours. What happens if you don't?
I guess you're just getting chlorine in there, and it's killing it, and it's like eating away. I think
the bacteria or or
beneficial bacteria. I'm saying I think it's it's just chlorine. It's you know what I'm saying. So it's eating away at something. So I have done it where I only let it sit out for like 12, and I think it affected it. I'm a firm believer in at least 24 hours. At least I've heard.
Have you ever tried? 48. Have you ever tried any fish cleaner dechlorinator?
No.
Okay, because that's what I was doing when I first started. Because I had went down that route too, to where I was gonna let my water sit out. So, because in the organic way, you don't really want to have chlorinated water either, because it's killing all the organic bacteria that's in there. Well, we're not saying that right. It's not bacteria; it's microbes. The microbes.
Yeah.
There you go. The microbes that are in there and living. It's killing them. Well, I started using, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, well, for the fish, my son has a big dechlorinating bottle, right? And it should only take, they say like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, using that, and it kind of worked there for a minute. Anybody in the comments there, if you ever use that or you know anything about that, please comment on below. Let us know if we should be using that or we shouldn't be using it or not. You know, I think that's pretty cool. God dang it. There was something I was going to ask you about. All right. We'll go on to the next thing.
But speaking of the fish, the using the dechlorination for the fish tank, that's all I want to try. It's the deep water culture, but basically, have you seen that people grow plants have a fish tank?
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
What they call it?
Because it's just fish shit, like all the nitrogen that's beginning.
It's the same thing. It's bubbly. You gotta have your water moving in there.
Moving. It's alternating.
Oh, that's my next step. I'm gonna get one going somewhere. But
nice.
I've been wanting to do that. That's gonna happen soon.
Oh, what I was gonna ask you was, when you swapping out these buckets, do you use any antibacterial soap, or do you just clean it out? Like you just clean it out. Okay. Is there do you think you should use any antibacterial soap? Do you think you should or no?
Probably so. But I think with me doing it so quick, I don't let stuff sit there. So when I'm swapping them out, I take them immediately, dump out the old nutrients. I turn on my shower, grab my bucket, rinse it out a couple times, try to rinse everywhere. And then, I just get a towel and I dry it out. And I make sure I wipe out, I get the corner, get the edge in the corner in there, try to make sure. Because if not, you'll start seeing like a little bit of brown stuff build up. Yep. Okay. So make sure you get all that stuff out. I wipe off the lid. And then another thing is, I don't know if people do this. When I swap my stuff out, you guys swap the air stone and the hose. Your hose will start getting stuff built on it. Get a paper towel or a rag or something and wipe that off before you blop it in there. Because if that starts building up every time, one time I think I forgot to. I think it was just only 1 week. The week before I grabbed that hose and it was like slimy, like I could barely touch it. And I was like, oh, I bet you I didn't wipe this off that last week. And I started doing it again. I noticed I grabbed them. I was like, yeah, that's what happened. They got real slimy real quick. So wipe that hose off. Like I said, it's just small little things sometimes.
That's where the antibacterial would come in for me, because I have an air stone too, and I make my organic brews. And you have to clean those damn fucking things off, dude. I left a brew, brother. I brewed this brew and I left it sitting out like the little bit because there's a bunch of sediment. And usually you would use a cheese cloth or something to hold the nutrients in, put it in the brew, and then brew, right? Well, I didn't have any cheesecloth, so I just threw everything in. I just took the top of it and just fed the top, which didn't have a lot of sediment. Well, all the sediment was on the bottom, and I left it outside for like 3 days, and oh my god, it smelled like death, bro.
Funky.
It was straight death. There was so many flies on that shit. I was like, oh shit, because I put it like out by my plants, so on my outside plants, so I forgot about it. Oh shit. Everybody out there, watch out for that, because that's one that slime is no joke. So make sure to clean it off, because cleanliness is next to godliness when you're growing. That's how you prevent getting pathogens and everything like that. Hit up the last episode with Sync Angel Matthew from Zenthal. He knows all about pathogens if you have any questions. Okay, back to what you're saying.
I don't know. What was I saying?
I don't know. We'll go to the next thing. So what buckets were you growing in? You're just growing in regular 5-gallon buckets, right?
5-gallon bucket, get black ones. I think blue will work too. I think blue cuts out,
the light
rays or whatever that will get the algae growing in there. Like I said,
does that happen a lot?
It does, dude. Because when I first started, I had Home Depot buckets flying around or whatever. They were brand new too. I just I used to work construction and stuff, and so I just have some over here there. So I had an extra one. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this going. I got the bug, so I was like, I'm ready to do it. Let's rock and roll now. So I had extra buckets. I did it, and yeah, you could tell they were getting real slimy. The whole thing would have slime in it a little bit, like the hose. I could just tell they were not like, what I'm saying, not what they were supposed to be. So I got the black buckets off Amazon. They came in another day and I swapped it out immediately. But actually, I was growing like that for a good 3 weeks. And I still harvest those plants. And once I put them in the regular stuff, the next week, it was still kind of slimy. You can see it still in there. But I just made sure. I think what I did to prevent that again is I did like a bucket like within 2 days or something.
Okay, so you did another change.
And kind of let all the stuff kind of come off, and I'd put it in another bucket. Because I think if that stuff in there will kind of break down and give it something. You know what I'm saying? Because after I just did that, they started thriving again. And I know there had to been like some kind of residue left over on the roots themselves and all this.
Yeah.
But either they just eat it up or something. It will seem like go away. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta like work on it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just grab the one bucket and just think it's gonna eat itself up. Like I said, I think that's what I did.
You got to keep swapping it out and shit, right?
Keep that way it doesn't getting that new.
For those who don't know what he's talking about algae. Now, algae will build up inside of this, the inside of a DWC system if you don't have the light completely blocked out. Now the light hits the water and you're giving it nutrients, which is nitrogen. Nitrogen and algae love each other because the algae is just a plant too in itself. So it grows really big if it has nitrogen and light, and you give it water. So you're making all the components for the algae to bloom. And it takes a little bit of nitrogen, or it takes oxygen from the plant too. That's probably why when you swap them out and the algae started dying off, the oxygen went back to the plant, so the plant started doing better. I think that's what's happened right there. That's pretty cool, brother. Like, well, it's not cool, but like the way that DWC works and the things that you have to keep an eye out for, like, it's pretty fucking cool. It's actually a little fascinating. I've always
it's like I said, I mean, like I said, I've heard it will wreck real quick, which it seemed like if I didn't get on that, probably 2 days later, probably would have been too sick, died, blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? But it's real easy to correct as well. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a lockout or something in your soil, you got to flush and then try to start giving it nutrients. Like I said, within 3 to 4 days, I'm back to, it doing good. In soil, you have to let it kind of absorb, and you'll be like another week or so before it even tries to bounce back.
If it does, and you'll see a lot of fucking damage within that week too. Damn. Then you're like, and your plant just looks sick, even though it recovered, it's still looking sick because it's got the leaves once the leaves turn yellow, they don't turn green again. Shit.
I was saying, so like as quick as it can actually go bad, you have a really quick method of fixing it too. As long as you stay on top of it and look at your plants. Like I said, that's why I'm not the I only open my tent every 3 days type of person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're in every day or
like I said, as soon as my lights come on, everything opens up. I talk to my plants. I try to give them music. All, you know what I'm saying? They're living things, man.
And the best bud comes from people who put the love into it, man. You put the love into the plant will love you back. You will get fire,
dude. And that's I remember when I was first doing it a little bit. I was getting into I wanted to do it hardcore. This basically like a regimen almost. And basically, my wife was saying like some of those plants look, gimpy and stuff. And she's like, you know what they look like? I was like, what? She said they look like sweat worker plants. You know what I'm saying? I was like, they're like a, it's a
like they've been fucking worn out and shit.
Yeah, like a sweatshop, forced to do something. And it is. It's true. They're living things. And if you're just sitting there like give them nutrients, you're forcing them to do this. I believe you're gonna, get poor looking plants. You're not giving them the love that they want. You know what I'm saying? If you're in there, like I said, talking to them and encouraging them and having music and what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't want to isolate my plants for 3 days and have no contact with them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm guilty. I have to apologize. I am guilty of this one. I have been neglecting my plants. Damn it! I'm like, just grow and fucking give me weed.
Yeah. No, man, they're living.
But you're absolutely right.
They're living things, bro. You know what I'm saying? I say, like, what I'm saying, nobody likes to be isolated away behind a closed door with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's ever happened to you before. It ain't fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, would you rather be out talking to people, or you know what I'm saying? So that's the way I view it. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. It ain't fun.
Yes.
I'd rather have somebody come by and open that door for me every day.
Bro,
say, what's going on, bro?
You just blew my fucking mind, dog.
Yeah, I am doing good. I am doing good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, you just blew my fucking mind right now. I'm like, oh my god, my plants have been locked up and I haven't been visiting them. Yeah. Oh my god,
I got in fucking solitaire and they didn't even do nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking hey, man, that's so
for
true,
no fucking reason. You got them locked up. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do nothing, and that's honestly that's how I do view it. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Do you love these things? Shit,
you're right, man.
Let them out. Talk to them. Just open the door. You know what I'm saying?
100% right, brother. So how was your trip? How was the James Loud trip?
Awesome, dude. The best thing ever, dude. Like I said, I'll say this over and over again, dude. Like I was there and then the whole time my mind's getting blown. I'm like,
couldn't believe that you're there, huh?
I get the river. I'm sitting here. James Loud's here. Marlon Asher's here. Nicotine's over here. We're just all hanging out together. And I'm like, dude, yeah. Rick from Royal Soul, he's the one that hooked us up with everything. And I'm like, dude, I'm here with these people. Like, how did this happen? You know what I'm saying? Why? And
I gotta, take a little credit. You're welcome for getting you started. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I'll just play, man.
No, hey, you were a crucial part, man. Shit. Hey, it ain't no joke. Like I said, that's why I thanked you and Natty. Like I said, that was one of the first steps and it got me doing this. And
so now that's why I said when I
could do this, you know what I'm saying? If y'all never did that, I probably would have a month later said, I don't know what I'm doing, or you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah. Bro, that's why when I saw you there and you're doing this trip and everybody helped pitch in to get you there and all that shit, I was just like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, this guy is fucking doing it. He's taking the chance to taking the leap to go over here and make some content and take it to the next fucking level, brother.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta say you fucking, and you look like you had a great fucking time, man.
Oh, dude, it was like I said, it was a blast from day one. You know what I'm saying? Like he picked me up from the airport. You know what I'm saying? We cruised back to his studio or whatever. We went over there, chilled, smoked. And that was, you know what I'm saying? The next day we rode up all the way to Reggae and the River. Like I said, that was just a 4-hour drive for us, but I was having a blast because I'm looking out, you know what I'm saying? I'm up in North Cali, just like sightseeing. So I know it's a hassle for them, but yeah, I loved it. The whole even drive up there was awesome for me. We get there, we set up camp and everything, and it was just, man, like even like while we were there, we were doing the booth. Like we come back to that camp, it felt like it was like home for a little while. It just felt good, you know what I'm saying? Man, yeah, like I said, I couldn't ask for a better time. Thank you, job, man. James Loud, Lady Loud. They were, awesome. They made sure I needed whatever, always asking what I needed. But yeah, like I said, it's just like, man, it was mind blowing thinking that. And that's how me and him even talked about that. He's like, that's why he was like, dude, that's how you know you're on the right path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I could have been doubting myself, and I don't. Nowadays, I know where I need to go. And, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes times are going to be hard when you're you're doing the right thing. Sometimes you think maybe times, harder times are, I'm saying, they're actually a sign of where you're going, because you got to get past that struggle a little bit. Shit, like I said, man. That's how I was like, now I told him, my mind's blowing. He's like, that's how you know you're doing the right thing in life, dude. He's like, when good things start happening because you're doing this and stuff. I was like, yeah, you're right, man. I feel it now. I'm saying that, it was good. So yeah, it was just a blast from the whole time. We're there. That dude took a pound to give away. So he took a pound of weed to give away, and besides that, I know we had close to at least a pound of different varieties that we
did you get to did you get to see the new genetics coming out and everything like that? Like,
yeah, he took, dude. I saw his clone room. I saw his facility, bro. Nice. I meant to take more pictures there. Like, his facility is like a studio, his podcast studio is all in one. It's crazy, like, to walk in there and see what you could do with amount of space. It's not, it's a big area. It's a big little warehouse, but it's not super, super huge. You know what I'm saying? For the space that he has, you're like, damn, dude. This is what James Loud operates with. I would have thought it would have been like a huge warehouse or something. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. It was like
modest.
Huh?
Is it modest?
Yeah. It's like perfect. Right. You come through, you walk through there, and he has like the little changing area. Like, you gotta like get booties on. You know what I'm saying? Because they start, they give it their own stuff. So you gotta change it. And you go walk around the hallway. It's a room. I don't know the square footage, but it wasn't huge. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was probably maybe like a 15 by 15, 20 by 20, maybe. You know what I'm saying? It's a big room, but for what I was picturing, what you would need to do everything he's doing, you don't really, you know what I'm saying? You don't need that huge of a space. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was kind of mind blowing to see all that. You know what I'm saying?
So you were thinking it was like a commercial grow or something. Like,
yeah. Like, okay. Yeah. Like, I was like walking to this room, and it's like one room would be like almost a warehouse full of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like that. It's just like, what I'm saying, it was a big room, and he had these big rooms dedicated to what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying you don't need this huge area. So yeah, that was good to see that. You know what I'm saying? And
did it inspire you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, these things are more obtainable. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to go. Because like I said, I plan on being in this cannabis industry one way or the other. Like I said, a year from now, I will probably be chunking some pollen at least. You know what I'm saying? Trying to just get some stuff going. And that's what you do with this, man. You if you're passionate about it, you're going to progress a little bit by little, little by little. Try these things, find out what works for you. And like I said, when James Loud started following me and he picked me for being his ambassador, I was only at like 4,000 followers on Instagram. So I wasn't like nobody huge. Yeah. It was just goes to show, just you know what I'm saying? If you're growing something pretty, just show people. And like I said, I didn't know, like, when you tag people in the stories, it like sends them a message. So I was growing him just genetics or whatever. So like I was new to it, and somebody's like, "Oh, you got throw that on your story." So I did that. So I was doing the frosted biscotti, and dude, it was like, I was like, "Yeah, dude, this is perfect name for it, frosted." Dude, it was it was real frosty. Mm-hmm. So like once a day, twice a day, sometimes like 3 times a day, I'm throwing these things up. Like, and so sending him a message. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. Then, like,
you were blowing him up.
A week later, he's like, "All right, you got my attention." I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't even know." I was like, "Sorry, dude, I didn't mean to blow you up like that." So that's how all this started, dude. That's nice. You know what I'm saying. That's how me hooking up.
Kind of by accident, then.
Yes. Like I said, somebody dude grows. Dude grows on Instagram. Yep. Brandon, he hooked me up with some seeds. Like I said, he hooked me up with the James Loud genetics that got me noticed by James Loud himself. And
what? Dude grows. I was supposed to have him on, and this was back in the day. I need to send him a new message. Sorry, brother. But I think I rescheduled on him, and I never got back to do an episode of CannaConvos with him. So I'm gonna have to have him on if he's still available.
I talk to him very often. So yeah.
Nice. If you do, drop him a thing, let him know that I said I'm sorry, Pippin. Let's
talk. I'll let him know for sure.
Let's talk the podcast, brother. Your Seed to Harvest podcast that you and El Connoisseur are doing, man.
And Colorado Chris. And Colorado Chris.
And Colorado Chris, man. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, everybody does it. So let's get that now. Seed to Harvest podcast.
Colorado Chris.
It's Colorado Chris.
Okay.
El Connoisseur, and then me.
There you go.
Here we go. So, no, yeah, we just talked about that. He's like, I don't even know if people know I'm in the podcast sometimes. I said, I don't know. I think sometimes, what happens, I'll tag stories. I just thought about this. I'll tag stories with like Seed to Harvest, the podcast tag, and then him too. So I don't know if people are like, oh, that's nice. He's bringing Chris along with the podcast. The podcast, dude. Seed to Harvest podcast, they came up with it first. I'm the third wheel on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the genius behind it. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? They came up with it. I can't take credit for it. I didn't come up with that name. I think Elle came up with that name.
You know what it is? It's the energy way. It's the energy. And so people remember energy more. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
But
no, that's the thing. I don't have no skills. I don't, you know what I'm saying? They do majority of the work. I'm just the doofus people want to see, I guess. I don't know.
That's the personality. It's called the personality. Yeah. That's what you are. You're the talent.
Yeah. That's dude. Don't no. Whoa. Don't put that on my shoulders.
Just saying. Anyways, El Connoisseur, man, he has always been a fucking gangster. I love that guy. He has supported me from the beginning.
That's my boy.
That's why when he first started and he was always commenting on my posts and he was in the background of Pitches for 20s, everywhere. He was always watching. And so I see him and I'd be like, you know what? This guy right here, man, he's always supporting. I think we should get him out. I'm going to try to get him out of his shell and try to get him out here. And he was like, I sent him the message and he's like, I don't know, man. And he's like, I don't know. I don't like to show my ugly mug. And I'm like, man, fuck that, bro. Fuck that. We're all ugly. We all just trying to do something. Don't beat yourself up so much, man. Come out. And so finally he came on and I was like, yeah, got him out. And now here we are, guys. And he made actually for the intro that you're going to be seeing on this episode was made by El Connoisseur. He sent me a bunch of logos and everything. And I just, over the time I had them, I kept them like in my
El CannaConvos.
CannaConvos. I had it in there, but wasn't up to to editing and everything back then because I was just doing live. And so I had kept it and now I have the use for it. And so this is where I'd be popping them in nowadays. So, yes, El Connoisseur Concepts. Make sure to go check them out. The To Be Blunt podcast.
So you want to talk about the podcast is Saturdays 5:30 on YouTube. So I know we were talking about that.
Sorry about that. I know.
Podcast is 5:30 Central Time on YouTube. It's me, El Connoisseur, Colorado Chris. Our motto is come grow with the show. So it's a grow along. It's not a competition. We're dropping seeds. So right now, from I don't know when this is going to air, but this coming
a couple days.
So, so it might be in time. So our last episode we had the dude Gingerbread Genetics himself on that we're about to pop the beans for. We're calling it London cherries, I believe. And so that's what the strain. It's like a London pound cake times berries and cherries or something. Ooh. I think that's what. It sounds. I'm excited to get it going, dude. So
now are you doing that in DWC or soil?
Both. I'm gonna get a DWC one going and a soil run. I'm gonna run the grow dots. He's been asking us because if you did the crop culture box, you got the grow dots and the ICANN, the organics, ICANN organics as well.
Okay.
I said I was gonna run both, but actually, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm probably just gonna go back to just doing the grow dots, and I might save myself some room. I plan on having some in soil or maybe even.
Did
cocoa.
You say grow dots? What's a
grow dots? Real growers.
Oh, okay. Wait, I still don't know what that is.
It's like dude, I only found out about it through Chris when I started doing the podcast. He started talking about it. Dude grows, not dude dot grows, but the other one, dude grows. Dude Grow Show and Scotty Reels. I think Scotty Reels is the one who does because it's Real Growers, Scotty Real Growers, is what it's under, and it's grow dots, and it's just like nutrients that break down over time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've always heard you don't want the time release nutrient, but a lot of people rave about him. Chris raved about him. Cortez the Conqueror, he raved about him. I know they use them. I've seen a couple other people that I know around the
I don't
community.
see why not.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna get them going. You know what I'm saying? They do that, and they use their just to recharge. The grow dots, you put them in there once. They are there for the whole grow. Apparently, that's what they tell me. So we'll see. I'm gonna try it out. You put them in there once, and they break down over time. And it's there's two different kinds. One's for like an auto flower, and one's for like a 6 weeks veg. So if you do the auto flower, it's like a 4 week veg or 3 week veg, and then it starts breaking down, something like that. I'm not an expert on it. Like I said, it's something like that. So they have two different varieties of, you know what I'm saying, one's basically a longer veg time. So one will break down in a month, and one's like a month and a half, 2 months or something like that. And then they start breaking the flower. And apparently put these things in there, and all you gotta do is like rewater it with the water, and then water it once a week with the recharge.
Sounds like organic nutrients, because there's a dry amendment that you would do with like the guy at Greens that you could make. I seen Pictures 420 do something like that, to where he just like dug a hole in, put the nutrients in, kept that part watered, and it fed the plant.
Well, I think it's kind of syngetic because
okay,
it's like these little balls, they have to form them. So I know it's not 100% organic, but I think it's a synganic thing, and that's the same. The recharge itself is a tea brew, a micro brew. So yeah, you're feeding micros and all that too. So it's I believe it's
humic acid, all that.
So yeah, that's what I believe. But yeah, like I said, you can go to Real Growers, and you can use the S2H podcast code and save yourself 10%. They, like I said, they're working with us now, because like I said, Chris has been raving about him. I'm excited to get him in my garden and see what it's all about, because
nice.
It's supposed to be like a very simple, close to hydro, very simple way of, a very low maintenance type of way. You're not supposed to have to top dress or something. I'm saying you're supposed to be able to just mix it in that first time, and that's it.
Set it and forget it, baby.
Forget it. Yeah,
that's badass. All right, brother. We got 3 minutes left, so I just wanted to bring up a couple more questions.
Yes, sir.
When we were talking about fungus gnats, did you ever have to deal with that, like in your soil?
Yes. I have when soil, and actually to get rid of them, I use the crop defender from Petro Grove. Yeah, there's a solution. You put that in water, and you can actually water it in your plants.
So I spray. I have some of the crop defender.
Yeah, I'll spray.
So you spray and water into the soil?
Yes, I only water into the soil when I kind of see them coming up from it. I don't do it like as like a preventative, really. I think it says you can.
It does. You can do that.
I think I was always funny about just pouring that much crop defender down there, but to me it works. I got rid of it. Elf said he tried doing it. I don't know what he mixed it at or whatever, and he said it didn't really help him. So
okay.
I don't know, but like I said, that's how I get rid of my fungus gnats. Is crop defender.
All right, I'm gonna have to try that too, because it wasn't. I don't think I tried crop defender, but I did some other one, and I was watering it in like that. It didn't work very well, so and so I started just letting them dry out for the top. Let's talk Jerry, man. Jerry, your character, pimp. He's funny as fuck. God damn it! So the last time that I interviewed you, you didn't have Jerry as a character. So
no.
When you came up with that, I was like, this is funny as fuck. You had me cracking up laughing. That is one of the reasons why everybody loves you and wants you out here. So how did you come up with that character?
Jerry is a 100% knockoff on Basement Grow Show's Barry. A while back, he did that character, and it was for like some.
I think I remember.
I was just like, whatever. I was like, you think you're blah blah blah. So yeah, that was the whole point of it. Was supposed to be a straight knock on his, a duplicate of his character.
Okay.
Everybody loves me for that character or whatever. And then, yeah, it's a straight steal, bro. But hey, they say great art is stolen.
Imitated.
Good art is just just made up. So there you go. Great art is always stolen. So yeah, that is a straight knock on his character. And then yeah, I think it's
shout out to Basement Grows, man. Shout out
to
him.
For a little while, we just had like a back and forth kind of saying going on, and then 420 things came in with the Harry, and then Miss Homegrowns. She came in with the Carrie, and then Don't You Know Grow. He does the Randy character, and so yeah, it's kind of evolved. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad I did it, and yeah, it's a play on the Grow community, a little bit of saying, just that type of person out there, because he's Grow Master Jerry. Saying he knows everything. He knows he's better than you for sure. He doesn't
trying to tell you shouldn't be doing that, bro.
Yeah. The type, the type of people we need around. You know what I'm saying?
The sightsee grower
kind of is, yeah. That's what's kind of a knockoff of is somebody who thinks they're better than you a little bit, and so it's
on that point I wanted to tell everybody out there, remember, this is your grow. Okay, you could do whatever you want with it, and make sure not to stress and too much. Don't stress out too much over this grow, because you're supposed to be having fun with this.
Yes,
this is supposed to be a fun thing that we're doing, that everybody's just having fun with. Don't take it too damn seriously, man. It's not something that we should be taking seriously, because this is it's what the community is about. It's just bringing people together. So
hey, I tell you right now, if you are new to it, you start showing your grow. People are gonna just say negative stuff. What I do is thank you for the comment.
Yep.
Thanks for the comment. I'll heart it. I even heart the comment, because actually it's good, dude. Any comments on these social platforms are good. It adds to the algorithm that they have or whatever, all that crap. So any comment, and I'll tell them, yes, thank you for the comment, bro. You stopped by and had to say something. You know what I'm saying? If it, it got your attention so much, you had to say something.
Yeah, and you just gave me a like, or you just gave me a view, which is another thing, a view and a comment. So thank you very much for your hateration. Well, because on top of it, nowadays is all about hateration. So motherfuckers wake up every day and they drink their haterade. So and it's actually helps. So you could look at it as, because when one of my pages, somebody started taking my picture from my page and created a fake page of mine, I was like, wow, I made it.
Dude. That's what dude, that happened to me a while back. Somebody had a Rudy's Goofy growing. I was like, what? And that's what I think Norma G even texted back. He might even been the one that showed it to me. Yeah. He's like, that's how you made it, brother. You're famous now.
Yeah. I was like, hey, fucking, I guess we're doing something right there.
Yeah. But either way, report this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Report it. Get the fuck out of here.
Get him out of here.
And you were on Canna Brothers podcast. Hell yeah, man. I love Growing with Tone. Shout out to Growing with Tone too.
Yes, sir.
I am gonna have him on. I was supposed to have him on a long time ago, but once again, everybody out there, I want to tell you guys, so sorry if I reschedule on you. Rue, I rescheduled on you too.
Yeah,
I have fucking too many. I'm just being stretched too far, man.
And we all have lives behind whatever you see.
Everything
plants. We're trying to maintain plants and lives and a lot of other stuff.
All this other shit that we got going on, podcasts, and the podcast game is real, guys. And it's getting shit. It's getting a lot. Everybody's doing this, so we're all on each other's, which is all nice and it's great, because it's turning into something that we did not expect to happen. And so on, like you do on your post, you always say it's for educational purposes only. And I really love to put that out there, because this is for educational purposes.
All of this is for
all of it is. You can learn
educating.
Documenting this. You could learn how to do podcasting. You could learn how to grow weed. You could learn how the do's and don'ts. You could learn
you can learn what to do and what not to do. Either way, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. There's so many things to learn in. So that's what we're here for. That is our hour, brother. Wanted to tell you, thank you so much for coming on, man. You fucking killed it. And
no problem. We'll do it again sometime too, man. We'll do part 3 before you know it, man.
We're 100% gonna have to do it again, because there's still some questions that I have for you, but we have.
Yeah, dude, I know, man. People ask me questions. I start rambling, and half time I don't even answer their questions. I'm sorry.
Hey man, it's cool. It's content and it makes it go by quicker. That's what,
yeah.
Like, you know, when you got good people on, it just comes so fucking easy to do this. So that's why I want to thank you for coming on. Is there anybody? Let's talk the sponsors that we're gonna need to sponsor. I'll put them up here or down below.
Shout out to James Loud, of course. I'm the ambassador there. Like I said, I got a link for there. You can use that or hit the code RU for that. Rise Nutrients the same. I don't know if the code RU works for the Rise Nutrients. You might have to go through the link. I don't know. I have one on my page as well.
Okay. I'll put that link down there. I'll go to your page.
Yeah. I can send it to you or whatever if you need it.
Okay.
And so them, and then I think just them really. That's all I'm really trying to run right now is them. And like I said, the Seed to Harvest podcast. We're affiliates of Bud Trainer, which I'm down with Bud Trainer and stuff like that. Root Nerds, all of them. Crop Culture, shout out to Crop Culture. Like I said, if you ain't got it yet, go get your S2H box set and grow along with the show. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. That's what I want to drop too. If you're new to growing, hit up the S2H podcast. That's what we're about, is you drop the same genetics as everybody at the same time. We're all growing together. So if you have a problem, most likely there's somebody right there at that same step as you about the transplant, about the whatever. It's a good opportunity if you're new to growing or just want to grow with the community. You know what I'm saying? Just have people to grow along with it. Maybe you've been doing it for years and you're just still trying to do something. Just come along. Like I said,
own your skills in.
Yeah, there ain't no hate over there. And if anybody's been acting negative Nancy over there, you let me know who it is and I'll set them straight. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We don't play that. You know what I'm saying? It's all about having fun. That's all I'm about, is growing my weed, having fun. You got to take things serious, but don't ever take them too serious, man. Like I said, I don't count numbers. I don't weigh my weed, bro. I don't know whatever it is at the end. I'm a firm believer in the Bob Marley saying, dude, if you chase numbers, you will never be happy because numbers go on forever, bro. They do.
Ooh,
so you
love it.
You can't.
Ooh, spitting fire. This fool's spitting fire, dog.
I do. I believe that's why people ask, they're like, dude, how much did they? I'm like, it's not my concern. What does it matter? You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't hit that point, what am I going to do about it anyways?
Yeah, it's not like you're going.
I guess you're like, oh, you can improve, but I'm trying to improve what I see. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that weight scale is not what I'm after. That's not what I'm going for. I'm going more for like flavor, effects. If the growing aspect for me in itself is, part of it too. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole shebang. Nice. So this at the end helps me stay who I am and what I need to be. Then that's all that matters.
Beautiful. Well put, well said, brother. Well said. So once again, brother, as for me, make sure to be checking out Defiant Seed, OG Spliverson on Instagram. I'll put them up here. High Photon Flux LEDs. I am an affiliate of them. Go check those lights out. Spider Farmer, all those people. AC
I'm affiliated with Spider Farmer too. I'm affiliated with Spider Farmer.
Spider Farmer, and I'm not affiliated with Spider Farmer, but I use their products and I really like it. AC Infinity also, we use those products. Those products are top of the line, best stuff. If you guys want to get them, I'll put
use whatever you can with the pocketbook you got, bro. That's all that matters.
And once you can move up later, which we all do. So, brother, I want to thank you once again for coming on. You killed it today, and we'll have you on for part 3 pretty soon.
Since I came on this second time, who knows what might happen next? You know what I'm saying? The first time, I blew up right afterwards.
Right. So, once you get to the top, don't forget.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
I love you, brother. Thank you.
Take care, man. Later.